What's up, everybody? Coach Miller coming back at you from the garage gym. It's Thursday. We got a leg workout for you today. We're going to combine two different elements together for a final score at the end. So part one is going to be a isometric lunge stance hold paired with a skater jump where we're going to jump and go for perfect landings. That's how we're going to score the first part. And in the second part, it's going to be pure work output, and we're going to do cyclist squats Tabata style, and I'll explain that when we get to it. So let's get to the first exercise. It is a jerk stance hold, okay? So this comes from Olympic lifting as far as the jerk goes, where the stance would be for an Olympic lifter. We're going to go a little bit longer than an Olympic lifter would, but we're going to use some of the same principles from the technique of Olympic lifting to hold this position. All right, good practice for those of you who can't do jerks at this time either. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into a stance. And now a stance for a jerk for me would be about here. I'm going to go a little bit longer than that. A couple things I want you to key in on. Number one, I want the back leg, the back knee kind of facing down. Sometimes when people hold split stances for a period of time, especially younger guys, they get lazy and they kind of straighten the back leg out, they kind of pitch forward, and it's really easy to hold this position. There's not much muscular work going on. But if we lower this knee down and make sure that our front knee is right over top of our heel, we don't want it pitching forward over the knee, over the toe. Not for safety reasons, but just because this is how I want you to do it for today. So the shin's almost straight up and down. Another thing I want you to work on is using the adductors. In Olympic lifting, sometimes you'll see when they catch the jerk that the front foot is toed in a little bit and the back heel is kicked out. And what that does is it allows me to squeeze my adductors together and gain stability. So when we're holding this stance today, I want you to not only use your quads, but I want you to squeeze in together a little bit, fire those adductors, and what I think you'll notice is you have a lot more stability in your stance. So we're going to do that for 30 seconds with the legs. At the same time, we're going to hold like a front raised position with some light dumbbells if you have them. If not, grab some soup cans. They're about 1 pound each. That'll be perfect for most of you. And what we're going to do, I'm going to switch legs here. We're going to get into our stance and we're going to reach forward with our shoulder blades. Let me give you a side view. Sometimes people will hold this stance and keep their shoulder blades back. I want you to actually try to make this arm longer. All right, so move your shoulder blade forward. You're going to push them apart from each other. Reach out ahead and raise up a little bit. I really like the idea of engaging the upper body when doing a split stance hold, because if we're doing anything athletic and working in kind of a lunge position, there's also something going on in our upper body. If you're a baseball player and you're throwing, you're also stabilizing your shoulder in the upper part of your body. If you're you're swinging a baseball bat, it's kind of the same thing. This is kind of a lunge, right? We got our legs doing some stuff in an isometric position, but the upper body's doing some things too. So I like the idea of connecting the upper body with the lower body in that lunge split hold. So we're going to do that. 30 seconds each leg. That's 1A. That's the first part. Second part, skater jumps. All right, so we're a little bit fatigued from the isometric holding. But now we're going to get into some explosiveness and some deceleration work. So I'm going to stand up on one leg here, and I've got a barrier. I've got my book bag here, and this is about 4 feet apart for me. That's good. I want you to go over the barrier and stick the landing. Okay, that counts as 1 point. Every time you do this and stick the landing, it counts as 1. You get 10 jumps. Whoa, I don't think I'd count that one. I'd count that one. I'd count that one. But you got to come to a complete stop, have bounce, and then go again. So you got 5 sets of the jerk stance hold and the skater jumps, okay? The score comes from the skater jumps. You get 10 reps every set to score points. So a perfect score on the first part would be 50. Once you're done with that, that's part one. I should also mention you got to rest 1 minute between rounds. You can let yourself recover a little bit so you're not fatigued when you go for those points on the skater jumps, okay? Second part, we're going to do Tabata cyclist squats. I used to just call these heels elevated close stance squats, but cyclist squats I've seen it be called that now over the last few weeks, and it's much easier to say. All right, so what you're going to do is get a couple books. I got a couple books. If you have weight plates at home, that works as well. You're going to get your feet really close together. and put your heels up on top. Okay? So we're going to be set up here like this. We're going to get a clock, and you're going to work for 20 seconds. You're going to rest for 10. All right, so if you don't know what a Tabata protocol is, it's 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest. You're going to repeat that 8 times. And how you gain a score from a Tabata workout is you keep track of all the reps you did in every round. Your lowest scoring round is your score. So, for instance, if the first 7 rounds of 20 seconds of work, I did 18 squats, and then on the 8th round, I could only do 12, my score for this part of the workout would be 12. I'd add that to my top part score. Okay, so that's how you get a Tabata score. Close stand squats, feet under the hips. Okay, they don't have to be touching. Just don't let them get wider than your hips. And we're just doing reps. We're trying to get nice and deep. In this one, you can let those knees come forward. All right, and again, 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. Lowest scoring round is your scored round. Now, I wrote this up on a whiteboard, complete with a nice picture from my daughter Lola. I had to leave that there, it was great. So this will be your jerk skater cyclist score. 5 sets with 1 minute rest in between rounds of the jerk stance hold, 30 seconds each leg, followed by skater jump. This is where you get your points. 1 point for every perfect landing. Be hard on yourself, don't go easy on it. And then we finish it up with Tabata cyclist squats, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 8 rounds. Use your lowest scoring round. Let's say somebody gets 38 perfect landings. They put that here. Let's say they get 12 reps was their lowest scoring round. They put that there. You add them together. Score for the workout is 50. All right. I hope everybody enjoys this today. It's a good little challenge. Something different, something fun. And I hope you get a good workout from it. All right, everybody. Have a good one.